is on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm on a 2. But I still have a message for you, and I titled this, "I don't use manifesting." Let me explain. I know there's a lot of talk about manifesting and just think about it and it's yours. You have to feel it. Delulu is the Salulu and all of this stuff. And I'm actually not saying they're wrong or that it doesn't work. However, I like to approach things from different angles because different types of people hear and digest information in different types of ways. And because I personally happen to be obsessed with that, and fascinated by it, I would like to share some other modalities and one that was speaking to me today that makes this make sense. God, the girl in her grays. We got to embrace the grays because last time I tried to dye my hair, my head blew up like a balloon. I didn't know I was allergic. That's new. Anyways, the definition, one of the definitions of integrity is whole and undivided. And when someone is out of integrity, we're not only talking about, yes, it's when your actions, beliefs, and intentions all line up and from a moral standpoint, sure. But it's also energetic. It's also energetic, having integrity. And I want you to think of integrity like energy, something energetic. What is the word that I'm looking for? Not math. Anyways, you get it. I'm tired today. But think of integrity as something energetic. Why? Because if the original or one of the meanings of integrity is whole and undivided, when you are lying, you know why people can tell? Because the energy, your integrity, there's a hiccup somewhere that can be felt. Something's out of alignment, something is not in agreement, and you feel that energetically. So the same thing goes for when you're lying to yourself. What does that look like? Oh, I really have the desire to make $10,000 a month, but your habits or the way you speak and the other things you do don't line up with that. So where's the lie? Hi, Satish. So if integrity is energetic and it works best when all parts are lined up, then when the parts are not lined up, it comes off as a lie. And that's how it's being read, whether you're talking to a person, whether you are trying to receive something in your life. And me having integrity with myself and my thoughts and thinking of it that way instead of just like, I'm manifesting. I don't want to crap on manifestation because it does work. I understand it. But some people like to think differently. Some people like to think with a different, the Delulu Salulu thing works for some people, but I like to bring it back down to earth just a little bit. How are you guys? So, if the real meaning of integrity is whole and undivided, and you are making decisions with lies in them, the universe can tell, your energy can tell, the people you're talking to can tell. It doesn't translate because there's a lie. I was watching and there's always a tell because you're out of integrity. So I was just thinking about that today for myself, about some of the things and ways I want to function and flow in this life or what I'm choosing to believe about what's true for my life. I get to make that choice. That's how you take your power. That's the anchor. I get to choose what I want in this life. All of the other stuff coming in that doesn't sound like what I'm choosing puts me out of integrity. And since integrity is energetic and it means whole and undivided, if the stuff that I desire, why would I think about, feed into, and talk like something I don't desire? That's out of integrity. And that is sending the signal that it's broken. So somebody knows I'm lying. You're very intelligent. Thank you. Multilingual. Action is a vital part of manifestation. Yes. And so Part of the action is to bring in the personal oneness to it. Integrity is not just this moral upstanding thing, it means whole and undivided. Are you whole and undivided in thought? If wealth is your goal or a certain kind of romantic love is your goal, anytime you decide to entertain anything outside of that, somebody's going to know you're lying. Whether it be it's energetic. Integrity is energetic, and people can feel that. The atmosphere can feel that. This rooms and spaces you're in can feel that. The people you're talking to, they can feel that. And it shows up on you in a head tilt, in a stutter, in the way you breathe. It's subtle, but it's enough of a subtlety to put you out of integrity. Um, Hi. Hey guys. So I just wanted to kind of share that because sometimes I notice myself having desires for what I want and where I want to be, or what my desires are and what feels good, and thinking like the way I'm sharing with you, it starts to become clearer to me when thoughts that do not serve my desires are coming in. And I have the power to stop those. I have the power to shift that. I have the power. It's not, the economy or men or somebody who did something, did it. This is my world. What they say, only a small percentage of communication is verbal. That's so true. And people are under the assumption that other people can't pick up on it, but it's undeniable. It is so undeniable. And again, when we're speaking to like just the energetics of how things function as a whole, your situations know when you're lying. The universe, I say now when I say universe, because I try to open it up for people who don't talk like that, I just mean the dynamics of things that are working together with you. You know, if you believe in the power of your word, then that's an energetic exchange. That is an energy flowing out of you. When the energy flows out, things arrange around and back that up in a particular way. However, that, you know, plays out, whenever it plays out. So, just when I say universe, that's kind of what I mean. But the universe knows you be lying when you say certain things and you have a belief for yourself and you do and think and operate out of something different. That's on you. I'm the eldest daughter. My dad's a 20-year retired Marine. I didn't get to take shortcuts. Like, I have to face everything head on. So, even with my sassy method self mastery coaching, whatever it is I do, I have compassion for people, but I'm always going to remind you of your power. Or like, we can't do all of that, but you have the power. So I love to find ways and discuss ways to retain and exercise that power because it's hard. I'm not going to say it's not hard. It does get hard, but what are you going to do about it? Even if you have to do it after you cry. Um, yes, I see you guys in the chat. So I just wanted to share that. You guys know I always come and have a good little 10-minute message. So that way, in case you catch the replay, um, hopefully you get something out of it. This it was just something on my mind today. I can see how some people look at manifestation and be like, what? But it really is just being in integrity with what you say, what you do, how you think, what you desire, and not swaying from that. That works because then everything is working together. It's not confused. Don't confuse the thing. If you want a deep and lasting, loving, romantic relationship, you should never be talking to anybody hella nasty about relationships. And you're confusing the signal. Integrity means whole and undivided. Undivided. One band, one sound. Oh, you made it. Hey, JP. We all are equally capable. The difference is confidence or doubt. We each individually choose to believe it, and that's true. and it's not an easy thing. Life is not always easy. And there are things that chip away at our confidence, you know? We might believe for a thing in one season and it doesn't work out. What do you do then? Do you doubt the dynamics of the universe? Do you doubt yourself? Do you doubt your capability? Do you doubt it's easy to do, but I like to pick things apart. Like, okay, that happened and this didn't go like this. So what do I need to because what like I don't want to be crazy about it, but I'm a little crazy about it, but I enjoy it. And it has allowed is helped me and it's allows me to help other people so I can speak different languages, if you will, to help drive the point home. Because at the end of the day, we all deserve freedom. We deserve to live free. We don't being bogged down by a bunch of stuff that we don't need to be bogged down by that puts weight on our shoulders and sadness in our heart. If we could have an understanding and a modality to shift that, why not? Why not? Why not bring in more joy? Why not bring in more peace, love, freedom, play? Oh, I remember a heavy time. I just felt like I was so caught up in adulting and it just wasn't fun. Let me find the balance. Knowing when to manifest is a secret. Well, Jay, I think that sounds great and it's amazing. I believe we're always manifesting. That's why integrity is so important. Like, be about what you desire and say you're about at all times, or you're sending a mixed signal somewhere. Somebody's going to pick up a mixed signal. Now, when it comes into fruition, I believe that's definitely how the when plays out. Hi. I'm an editor. If you need help editing, let me know. I won't charge us for my portfolio. We can connect on Discord. I don't have a book yet. Well, actually, I do. I wrote something, but I'm overwhelmed today. Thank you. What are you yapping, Haro? Greetings. Hi. Yes, I am a single woman. Yeah, so you guys get me. I love that you always pick up what I'm putting down. I always make my titles controversial because I know everybody's talking about manifesting right now. And it's not that I'm against it. I just like to put it in different ways so it's more understandable. I think too, that's why a lot of men like my coaching program because women, like I have a magic wand. Okay. Women, we like to be in the clouds. We like to delulu it up, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like sometimes men, they just need to know the thing. Tell me in English and let's stop with all the fairy talk. So I like to put things in different ways because integrity is something that man or woman can understand, being undivided, thinking wholly, and not allowing anything to muddy that is something that people can understand, whether you're a guy or a girl or the do you know what I'm saying? Do you believe in love? Yes. I'm a single man. I am happy. I don't know want no one. Okay. Watching from Monrovia. Okay. Yo, what's going on? I see you guys in here. I know you're picking up what I'm putting down. What do you guys think about manifestation? And do you like the way I explained the difference of what really be going on out here? And why sometimes it's not that I'm hesitant to use that language. I just feel like there should always be a little bit more. Just a little bit more. So yeah, today was a it was a slow day for me. It rained all day. Thank you. And I definitely found myself out of integrity with my desires, and it was easy to pick up because I was like, "Why am I thinking that? That's not what I mm-mm, just put it down." It's like a muscle. But most of the time, we just let our thoughts go, and then when a thought happens, you allow that thought to make you feel some kind of way, then that thought is solidified in your body, then you wanna take your body and be like, "Oh, I'm so" or "This is happening," or "This is not happening," and then you keep going with the thoughts, like, do you see how it's all connected when you can really just be like, "Oh, no, thank you. Mm, mm, mm." I am a psychology PhD professor. Love that. I probably would have been a lawyer, a psychologist or something, but I literally hate school. I like to learn, I just hate school. There's no way after I graduated high school that anybody was gonna get me to sit in a chair for 8 to 10 more years. So that's amazing. You said, "I'm single and I'm gonna manifest you." Oh, true story. I had a lady friend who would make time for us to be intimate so that she could manifest while I laid pipe, and I feel like it worked for her. It does. There is intentionality that I think is powerful to use during the act. I don't know what words YouTube mutes, but during the act, because of where we are and everything being so open, it's a different plane, and you can definitely work with that. Are you sick? No, just tired. The reason relationships fail is because people are operating in a colonized mindset instead of ancestral alignment. Yeah, we operate in a lot of mindsets that were hand delivered by, and we don't even question it. And then we get on the internet and get mad at other people who don't think like that when it's like, do you even know where you got some of the stuff that you think and believe in from? Is that even you? Is it even yours? I can't. I question everything and I do what feels good for me. I think that's important for everybody. So you're right. Mm, I believe to a degree, putting your trust in manifestation is like playing the lottery. It can be part of your success or growth, but action is an intricate part also. Yeah, definitely action, but that's the whole thing about walking it out, right? Like that is the action. I remember one time I manifested, I was just in integrity with the idea that I wanted to be treated for dinner. And I was just like, "I'm getting dinner tonight. I'm having a steak dinner." The day was going by, it was getting dark outside. I was like, "Yeah," like, just stayed in the space of getting ready for my steak dinner. So that was the action towards it all. I looked out my window, I saw a guy that reminded me of my dad, so I texted my dad. I was like, "Hey, I just saw a guy that reminded me of you, and I just wanted to see how you're doing." He was like, "Oh, I'm good. Do you need anything?" I was like, "Actually, can you send me some money for steak dinner?" Boom. So it was the action. Even if it was a small action, I didn't work for it. It's just I was moving in it. So everything agreed with me because I was in integrity with that. So my actions, the success of the dinner came from my willingness to, my action towards it. My psychological thesis suggests you are alone, you are heartbroken. I'm not heartbroken. I do know what heartbroken